Hello everybody, my name is Adam Harrington and I teach Algebra 2 here at Long Branch High School. Most of your children probably had geometry the year before this, and if they plan to take math as a senior, they will take either pre-calculus or financial algebra. Contacting me, the best way to get in contact with me is through email. My email address is aharrington@longbranch.k12.nj.us. And I'm going to say that one more time, a little more slowly, in case everyone would like to write it down. My email is aharrington. It's aharrington at longbranch.k12.nj.us. Besides email, most of the students in my class have downloaded Remind. It's a messaging app on the phone, so students can contact me directly if they're having issues, or I can contact them if they're missing assignments. So if you want to contact with me and you don't have email, you can ask your child to bring up Remind and then send me a message that way. Just make sure if you do it that way that you identify that it's a parent talking to me, not a child. Alternately, you can always call the high school, and they will either put you through to me if I'm in the building that day, or they will send me a message. In terms of like the video chat norms that we're doing right now, since we're doing remote learning, I expect students to have their video on during class. It is the expectation of my class. I think it's harder to learn. I think it's harder to have discussions when everyone has their video off. And as I'm sure you can imagine, if a couple people have their video off, everyone's going to turn them off. So it is part of the grade in my class that students have their video on. If there's a legitimate issue with this, please feel free to reach out. Pretty much the students know the norms. They come in, their microphone is on mute. We can't have everyone unmuted because some people's houses are louder. Some people have siblings that are also in class, or their parents work from home, or someone's home. So we keep everyone on mute. That is really not an issue. At the high school level, usually it's a bigger issue to get students to unmute themselves and participate. This isn't first grade where every student wants to raise their hand. They all want to share. So we're trying to do the best we can, given the circumstances, to encourage participation. But course expectations, I expect people to complete all the assignments. I'm not trying to overload students with assignments. Algebra 2 is a fairly esoteric math concepts. A lot of this stuff is not things you'll use in everyday life. Obviously some of it, if you're going to go into physics or engineering, things like that, obviously a very strong math background is important. I'm trying to, especially this year when we have limited time, trying to keep this class, the main core concepts. That's my plan, certainly for at least the first marking period. I want to make sure everyone has a strong base. But I expect everyone to complete the assignments in class. There is homework occasionally. Obviously, I expect that to be completed. How grading works this year is it's broken into 3 components. There's student-to-teacher engagement, student-to-student engagement, student-to-content engagement. Student-to-teacher engagement, part of that is having your video on. Part is participating in class discussions. When we have what's called a do now or a warm-up, that you complete that. When there's something that's called an exit ticket, like at the last 10 minutes of class, so I can see how well students are understanding a concept, that you complete that. Student-to-teacher engagement isn't so much graded on quality, it's graded on effort. So as long as I know people are putting in their best effort, it's fine. If I give a 4-question exit ticket and the student only gets 1 right, as long as I know that they're doing their best, they'll be fine. Because a lot of the student-teacher engagement is used to inform my teaching. What is sinking in, what isn't sinking in, maybe needs to be taught differently. There's student-to-student engagement. We do discussion questions every 2 weeks. Grading's broken into 2-week blocks. They have to participate in those discussions. Again, it's about effort. If they're just putting a sentence out there that means nothing, just so they can get some points. Obviously, they're not going to earn that many points. If they're legitimately participating in discussion, putting their own ideas out there, responding to other people's ideas, that's obviously how you earn points. It's very effort based. The student to content is what the classic quizzes and tests and projects and assignments. That's how well are you understanding the actual content that has been taught over those past 2 weeks. So there's 50 total points, 15 student to teacher engagement, 15 student to student, 20 student to content. So as I explained to the students the first day, especially this first marking period, it's very effort based. Students are really putting in effort. Their grades should be fine, and we're hoping that the more they try, the more they learn. We have office hours in math. It's Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays and Thursdays, 12:45 to 1:40. That being said, I'm available on Google Classroom and email and Remind pretty much all the time. If someone sends me a message at 8:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, I'm probably, as long as I see it, I will respond. I have no problem helping students. That's why I got into teaching. I never have a problem helping a student that wants to get better, that wants to learn. So, if your student ever says to you, "Oh, it's not 9 o'clock. I think it's too late to message Mr. Harrington," send the message. I'm sure I'm up. Obviously, don't message me at 2 in the morning. I'm asleep. But my office hours I have defined office hours. If as a parent you need to get in touch with me, that's probably the best time. But for students to get in touch with me, I'm pretty flexible. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I want to make sure we're all on the same page to start the year. Again, email is the best way to get in contact with me, aharrington@longbranch.k12.nj.us. It's going to be an interesting year. It's going to be a challenging year. I hope it's also going to be a fun and a productive year. So hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Parent-teacher conferences, I'm sure I'll talk to some of you, hopefully most of you then. All right, thank you.